So a friend of mine recently approached me asking help to create a loan amortization schedule or loan amortization table. And I thought it would be a good idea to kind of automate this process using Python. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. What I want to achieve basically is something that looks like this table over here. So given inputs such as my principal amount, annual rate, and the number of years of the loan, what I want to see is a schedule showing me month by month what is my payment, what is my interest, what is my principal, and the ending balance. So we're going to try and recreate this table that I've created here in Google Sheets using Python. So let's start by declaring our loan parameters. So we're going to basically declare our principal, annual interest rate, and loan term in months. So that's going to be our principal, which is 50,000, annual interest rate, which is 3%, and the loan term in months, which is 120, because that is 10 years times 12 months. Next, we will calculate the monthly interest rate. So since we will be tracking this in months, we have to convert our annual interest rate to our monthly interest rate by simply doing the annual interest rate divided by 12. Cool. So once we have that, we're going to calculate the monthly payment using this formula. So if you're curious how this formula came about, it is basically following this formula over here where we are deriving how much monthly payment we need to make in order to hit that future value of the principal. Cool. And then once we have that, we are going to start making the table or printing out the table. So what I'm going to do first is print out the header of the table. So we're going to need a couple of columns here. So we're going to need month, beginning balance, payment, interest, principal, and ending balance. So now to actually create the table, all I have to do is create a simple for loop. But before that, I'm going to declare that my ending balance is equal to my principal. And then I can do a simple for loop by saying for month in range 1 to loan term months plus 1. So basically, I want to loop through the number of months that I've specified here. And then I will start populating each of these columns over here. So for month, that will be populated automatically by this first statement over here. So next, we're going to print out our beginning balance. So our beginning balance is just going to equal our ending balance. So every new month, basically, we want to start off with our ending balance from the previous month. And then for the first month, we want to make sure that our ending balance is equal to the principal, which is just simply the starting amount rather of the loan. So that is our beginning balance. So that's this column. So next we will calculate our interest payment. We don't need to calculate the payment anymore since we already calculated the monthly payment over here. So for the interest paid, what you're going to do is simply calculate this by multiplying the monthly interest rate by the ending balance. And that should be all set. Next, we're going to calculate the principal payment each month. So whatever that is left when you subtract the interest payment from the monthly payment is basically going to be your principal payment. So we're going to store that in this variable. And then finally, we're going to calculate our ending balance. So our ending balance is basically going to be our previous ending balance minus the principal payment. So that's why we're doing minus equal here. Cool. So once we loop through all these months, we can then just go ahead and print all these variables, still within the loop, that is. So I'm just going to list out all the variables here. So we have month, beginning balance, monthly payment, interest payment, principal payment, and then ending balance. So you might have noticed I haven't created any row for monthly payment because that is already something that I've calculated over here, and this is going to be fixed every month, so I don't really need to loop through all the months to calculate this separately. So then we just call the variable here monthly payment, which will reference this variable over here. Cool, so let us try printing this. And there you have it. So using this script, we were basically able to generate a loan amortization table or a loan amortization schedule that shows us every month how much we need to pay, how much of that is interest and how much of that is principal, and what is our ending balance of the loan. And this goes all the way until, I believe, the month 120, which is at the end of our 10-year duration. And we can see that at the end of 10 years, or basically the 120th month, our loan zeroes out after we've paid everything. Now, this script is very powerful because let's say I had, okay, maybe let's change this to $100,000. But let's say my loan term in months was much longer. Maybe I want to pay this off in 50 years, right? So my loan term in months will be 50 times 12, which is 600. And if I run this, it will show me the loan amortization schedule for all the 600 months, right? So this is where a Python script like this is much more useful than doing it here in a spreadsheet, where if I increase this to, 50 years, my spreadsheet wouldn't automatically generate 600 months, right? I'll have to maybe drag this down further until I hit 600 or something. So in such cases, a Python script like this is very, very useful. So that's all I have for today, and I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.